During his interview on this episode of Push Bets, Sofronio Vasquez, winner of The Voice USA Season 26 and a former contestant on Tawagang Tangalan, admitted this as his worst regret. Even though many people think that everything happens at the right time, he seemed to be wondering what would have happened to his career if he had entered singing competitions for children and adolescents earlier. "I think I'm old enough," she said. "Since I'm still recovering, every day I want to do juggling or trampoline because, well, I'm just not very good at any of those things. I am, in the end, becoming older. Not a dog diggin' young down ko," he said. He said he had been completely devoted to his studies in the past with the goal of earning a dental degree. He enrolled in the program to fulfill a parental desire for him to become a dentist, even though music has always been his true love. Since being a dentist is also one of his dreams, he is just hoping that he will be financially secure enough and that his music will be enough to carry him till he can follow in his brother's footsteps and make a career out of it. Though he is now living the ideal, Sofronio said that he still has moments of loneliness, especially whenever memories of his dear late father come to mind. Despite the passage of time after his departure, the singer said that he is still not too sad over losing his father. He has learnt to live with the anguish of losing him, but he feels that no amount of time will ever be enough to erase the pain. It is important to cherish and honor your parents while you still have them. Never forget to say "I love you," because once they are gone, you will never have another chance, he adamantly told the audience. Since he utilizes them whenever he sings, he probably thinks his hands are the most attractive feature of his body. When asked which one he considers most attractive, he said, "I want to believe that this is the most beautiful thing because, well, it's the most beautiful thing about my music." Michael Bublé, the Canadian pop star and coach on The Voice USA, is not just his admiration but also his mentor, friend, and even father figure. Thus, he views their rendition of Who's Lovin' You by the Miracles at the reality competition's finals as their greatest personal triumph, second only to winning the competition itself. "Even before I was named the winner, I would constantly mention this in all my interviews. I won before I won, since it was my dream. In fact, it was the height of my solo career, and I would constantly play the video. I was very into it," he said. In the midst of all the mayhem and turmoil in this world, if there's one thing he's been praying for, it's to be at peace or to find inner peace inside himself. Not only does Sofronio have amazing singing abilities and a wonderful demeanor, but he also has no problem letting his guard down when he's with other people. When his loved ones are mentioned or when he does a special performance for them, something he wishes his father could see, he becomes very emotional. Finally, one thing he has been hoping for and wanting is to be recognized by the Recording Academy of the United States, better known as the Grammy Awards, which are among the most esteemed worldwide music award ceremonies. Amelia, out of all the intriguing and unexpected things that Sofronio revealed about himself, which one did you like reading the most? The old man sat in his worn wooden chair, the weight of his years pressing heavily upon him. Sofronio Vasquez, once a name spoken with reverence in his village, now lived in the quiet solitude of age. His hair, white as the moonlit fields he once tended, framed a face etched with the lines of time. The stories of his past lived in those wrinkles, some whispered with pride, others murmured with sorrow. As he gazed out at the horizon, a gust of wind rustled the mango trees, and he sighed deeply. A younger man, perhaps his grandson, had once asked him, "Lolo, do you have any regrets?" The question had lingered in the back of his mind for years, growing heavier with each passing day. Sofronio's greatest regret was not one of money, land, or lost opportunities. No, it was something much deeper, more painful. It was the look in his wife's eyes the day he chose ambition over family. Decades ago, Sofronio had been a man with fire in his heart. He had dreams, great dreams, that stretched beyond the rice paddies and the small village that had nurtured him. He had always believed he was destined for something more. When an opportunity arose to work in the city, promising wealth and prestige, he seized it without hesitation. His wife, Maria, had pleaded with him. "We have all we need here, Sofronio," she had whispered in the dim glow of their kerosene lamp. "Our family, our land, our simple joys, why trade them for a future built on uncertainty?" But Sofronio, blind with ambition, had not listened. He had packed his bags, kissed his children on their foreheads, and promised he would return a man of great success. Months turned to years, and the city, with its relentless pace and shimmering promises, swallowed him whole. Letters became sparse. Visits home were brief, punctuated by hurried explanations and excuses. The weight of that message crushed him. When he returned, the house felt empty, the laughter of his children now echoes of the past. He had built a fortune, but he had lost the one person who had believed in him before anyone else. And when he stood by Maria's grave, all he could whisper was, "I'm sorry," but the dead do not respond. The wind carried his apologies away, unheard. Now, in the twilight of his life, Sofronio carried that regret like a stone in his heart. "If I could turn back time," he often muttered to himself, "I would choose differently. I would stay. But time does not grant second chances." And so, Sofronio did the only thing he could. He prayed. His most ardent prayer was not for wealth, nor for youth, nor even for forgiveness. It was a prayer for understanding, for the chance to meet Maria again in the next life and explain himself. He prayed that she had found peace, that she had forgiven him in ways he could never forgive himself. Every evening, as the sun dipped beneath the horizon, he would sit outside, watching the sky, whispering to the wind, hoping somehow his words would reach her. "Maria, wherever you are, I hope you are happy. I hope you are not lonely. And I pray that when my time comes, you will be waiting." Perhaps you would. Or perhaps, as some say, the heartaches we cause in life echo in eternity.